Stunning desert garden ideas to thrive in hot, arid climates. For those living in hot, dry climates, the idea of having a lush, colorful garden may seem like a daunting task. Between scorching sun, minimal rainfall, and nutrient-poor soils, the desert can be an unforgiving environment for most plants. However, with some strategic desert gardening techniques and the right mix of resilient plant varieties, you can absolutely cultivate a beautiful oasis tailored to arid conditions. The key to successful desert gardening is all about selecting heat-tolerant, drought-resistant plants and creating an efficient landscape design that minimizes water usage. With this low-maintenance approach focused on xeriscaping principles, your desert garden can conserve precious resources while thriving and adding amazing color, texture, and interest to your outdoor living spaces. To help get your creative juices flowing, here are some inspiring desert garden ideas and tips for gardening in hot, dry climates. Focus on desert native plants. Your best bet for a successful desert garden starts with utilizing plants that are native to warm, arid environments. Desert-adapted plants like cacti, succulents, agave, and ornamental grasses have evolved special survival strategies that allow them to conserve moisture, withstand intense heat, and thrive with minimal resources. Look for native species naturally found in your local desert climate. In the southwest US, for example, excellent choices include red yucca, Apache plume, penstemon, chamisa, lobe mallow, and desert marigolds. In parts of the Middle East, some desert native options are oleander, bougainvillea, date palms, birds of paradise, and crown of thorns. Choosing regionally appropriate plants gives your desert garden a true sense of place. Designed for efficiency. Since water is a precious resource in desert climates, creating an efficient, water-smart landscape design is crucial. General tips for desert garden layouts include grouping plants based on their water needs, limiting turf grass and high water spaces, and utilizing permeable surfaces that allow water to absorb into the ground. Raised garden beds and berms help conserve water by minimizing runoff and evaporation, while also improving drainage to prevent soggy conditions. Integrating stone, gravel, and decorative rocks in pathways and around plants also adds arid-friendly texture and visual interest, while reflecting heat to aid in water conservation. Work with succulents and cacti. Arguably the toughest, most iconic desert plants, succulents and cacti, should be stars of any desert garden. Their specialized water storage capabilities and thick, waxy skins are ideal for hot, dry conditions. Depending on your local climate, succulents like agave, yucca, jade, sedum, and ice plant are excellent options. For cacti, consider cold, hardy varieties like prickly pear, chala, hedgehog, and beaver tail. Install raised succulent beds or containers filled with a fast-draining soil amended with sand or gravel. For an eye-catching display, mix in colorful flowering varieties like firecracker plant, calancho, and desert rose, or create a visually compelling all-cactus garden bed or mixed border with different shapes and sizes of cacti punctuated by ornamental boulders. Grow desert trees and shrubs. In addition to smaller plants, certain trees and shrubs are wonderfully suited for desert growing conditions with their hardy drought tolerance and low maintenance needs. For arid-adapted trees, consider desert willow, palo verde, Texas ebony, and mesquite varieties. These typically feature light canopies that allow sun penetration while providing dappled shade. Desert shrubs like Texas sage, brittlebush, and desert spoon also flourish in hot, dry sites with their low-profile forms and ability to withstand extended drought. Many have fragrant foliage and flowers that attract pollinators like butterflies and hummingbirds. If you want a pop of color, incorporate shrubs like Mexican bird of paradise and bata fairy duster, which produce vivid flower displays. Embrace ornamental grasses. While often overlooked, ornamental grasses make superb desert garden plants. Their fibrous roots and slender foliage enable them to withstand sweltering heat with minimal water. With their graceful texture and neutral tones, grasses like deer grass, beer grass, and Mexican feather grass can seamlessly blend with other desert plants, while adding sculptural shape and motion. Try planting textural grass specimens as natural screen borders or low-maintenance ground covers surrounding other desert plants, or use tall, airy grasses like purple fountain grass to create breezy focal points or privacy screens amid your desert garden beds. Add desert-friendly edibles. Who says a desert garden can't be productive? Many edible plants are surprisingly heat and drought tolerant, allowing you to incorporate delightful kitchen gardens into your arid landscape. Bush cherries, pomegranates, figs, and certain citrus varieties thrive with hot, dry summers and mild winters. Herbs like rosemary, sage, and lavender require little irrigation once established. For vegetables, plant quick crops like radishes, leaf lettuces, and legumes which can handle desert heat and dryness. You can also train sprawling crops like melons and winter squash to vine across the ground or on shade structures, keeping their roots cool and hydrated. With a little planning, your desert garden areas can double as an edible bounty. Create desert color. While many associate desert climates with dusty earth tones, there are plenty of opportunities to incorporate colorful desert-tough flowers and foliage in your landscape. Bright, low-moisture bloomers like lantana, summer phlox, desert mallow, and zinnias pack a vibrant punch when planted in masses, contrasting sculptural yuccas or vertical cacti with drifts of ground cover like trailing rosemary or verbena creates compelling texture while softening hardscapes. To really make a sizzling color statement, paint courtyard walls or fences in deep shades of red, orange, purple, or turquoise for an eye-catching southwest vibe that pops against desert plantings. Creative painted accents plus pops of cheerful flowering plants will beat the beige out of your desert garden. Emphasize structures. Architectural features and accent pieces can infuse a desert garden with tons of character and arid-inspired ambience. Construct stunning shaded ramada structures made from weather-resistant woods like Douglas fir or cypress, accented with wrought iron or steel components. These shaded outdoor living spaces allow you to enjoy desert views while providing respite from the beating sun. Stone pathways and dry creek beds can carve out charming routes through desert plant beds, simultaneously adding arid texture while reducing water runoff. And sculptural features such as clay alas, glazed garden art, steel accents, and Mexican sun faces make fantastic focal points and conversation starters among beds of succulents and cacti. These artistic structures evoke the natural forms and colors found in desert landscapes. Incorporate desert inspiration. Finally, one of the best ways to ensure your garden captures the essence of an arid desert setting is to seek design inspiration from local desert environments and Native American influences. Study local desert terrain and distill it down to elements like materials, textures, shapes, and colors you can infuse into your garden. Pay homage to indigenous influences by using traditional techniques like stuccoed courtyard walls, patterned tiles, sculptural pottery, and wood accents like rustic log or viga beams, or arrange large ceramic pots to mimic ancient cliff dwellings, complete with spilling desert-adapted greenery cascading from the openings. Let the history, culture, and natural beauty of the desert region inspire your garden vision. With some thoughtful planning and strategic use of heat-tolerant, low-water plants, you can absolutely cultivate a stunning, one-of-a-kind garden paradise amidst an arid desert climate. Focus on regionally appropriate design, efficient irrigation, and utilizing nature's toughest yet most striking desert-adapted plant varieties. The result will be an oasis of colorful, textural beauty you can enjoy for years to come.